Welcome back to Breakfast Central. With political realignments gathering pace ahead of the 2027 general elections, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has dismissed ongoing opposition coalition efforts as born dead, insisting that the ruling APC remains firmly positioned to retain power. During his monthly media chat, Wike argued that opposition parties are also weakened by internal divisions, unresolved leadership crisis, and competing personal ambitions. He maintained that successful politics is built on strong structures, unity, and grassroots organizations, not simply alliances formed in pursuit of power. The minister also rejected claims that the APC is responsible for the opposition's challenges, insisting that parties must take responsibility for their own internal affairs. His remarks have reignited debate over the viability of opposition coalitions, the state of Nigeria's multi-party democracy, and whether the 2027 elections will ultimately be decided by political alliances, governance, performance, or public sentiment. Join us this morning for this discussion is the Deputy Governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Cross River State, Honourable Alphonsus Ogar. A warm welcome to you, sir, and thanks for joining us, Honourable Ogar.
AKA the political evangelist.
Thank you very much. Good morning. A pleasure to be with you. Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning. Now, let's start with the FCT Minister's latest media charter, where he described the opposition coalition to unseat the ruling APC as born dead. Do you agree with this assessment, or you have a different opinion?
Thank you. I thought the starting point in knowing whether I agree or not would have been to go back 1 year ago when I appeared before you on this same morning breakfast show. And that was when the opposition had started their gathering. And I remember I started ecclesiastically by quoting the book of Isaiah 54:15 to say, I suspect that this gathering was of evil and they were surely going to scatter. And it did not take few months. Those who assembled as at July, when I granted this interview with you, scattered almost immediately. It has not changed. I therefore totally agree with what Minister Wike has said, not because he has just said it for the fun of it, but because it has a very strong meaning, content. So that clairvoyance I made July last year.
Mr. Eba, are you still with us? Okay, we thought...
I am with you.
Okay, great. So you completely agree with Minister Nyesom Wike, who argues that opposition parties are responsible for their own internal crisis. However, what we see is that those in the different political parties have accused the APC of being a fundamental cause or spearheading the challenges that they're facing. The key example will be in Osun State. Osun State, the Accord Party has faced severe opposition. The governor has alleged that their party members have been killed, that they've been intimidated. And this morning, of course, we did talk about how the EFCC has frozen their state account. And all of this, they have cried to be witch hunting. Governor Adeleke had aligned or had thrown his weight behind President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, members of his party and him as well are starting to make statements that are inferring that the APC is behind the ordeal going on in Osun State. How would you respond to that?
Before I jump or dwell in the Osun's case, if Minister Wike said that political parties themselves are responsible for their obituary, let me use that. I will take the case of the PDP, for instance. I started with PDP and I just returned recently to PDP. In April, I was at the Supreme Court to listen to the judgment of the Supreme Court. In there is what we call interest republicaye ut sit finis litium. There must be an end to every civil litigation. The Supreme Court of the land, the highest court of the land, had since resolved the issue of PDP leadership in favor of Ambassador Abdurrahman Mohammed and Senator Samuel Anyanwu. INEC has uploaded the candidates from this recognized valid PDP to national interested persons led by Turaki and some leaders of the PDP are championing some division within the party. Are you saying that it is the APC or the ruling party that is encouraging such kind of division? Again, the answer is very clear, and I said no. So the Oshun case, I read yesterday about the action of the EFCC, and as much as I do not believe or support corruption, I totally condemn the action of the EFCC in going to freeze an account of a sovereign state only a few weeks before election. I am a Democrat to the core. Let the people, the will of the Oshun people speak. As a person, I am in support of good governance. And if Governor Deleke has performed well and the people want him to return, the state must not use any instrument of power to coerce them. I totally condemn this action of the EFCC.
When you say the states, who do you mean by the state? Who is the state that is using, these powers to intimidate the government of Osun State?
We all know when we say state, every state structure is controlled at the federal level. The EFCC is an agency of the federal government. So by saying what I have just said is a direct reference that the federal government should please, and I'm giving a very sincere advice, Mr. President must step in and direct the appropriate agency to do, and according to the rule of law, the genuine will of Osun people should be allowed to stand. If to vote for the APC, so be it. But this action by whatever guys, and the late defense I have seen this morning, we're being moved from one point to the other. We have all been in this game, we have all been in this politics. There is never a time, whether the government of the day or so, that monies are not moved during election time. Our politics is largely sometimes decided by funds. It is out for EFCC to now trace and convict whoever has moved this money, and not to deny any state their genuine, legitimate funds.
All right. I mean, you've taken a stand, which is another way to say that you, like you rightly said, you're a true Democrat. Looking at Osun State and other states that have equally had their off-cycle election, it will only make one wonder why the off-cycle elections are always heated up. What do you make of the polity, the heating up of the polity ahead of the polls? 9 days to go, and it seems like Nigeria is about to witness what we call maybe violence, unsettled waters, people are bickering, even thugs are coming to make videos to threaten. Does it really look like we've made progress in our democracy?
Democracy itself is a contestation for power. And sometimes these pockets of disagreement are often experienced. But I do not subscribe to the issue of violence. And that is why, again, I want to appeal to Mr. President to step in early. We have too many problems in the hands of government to solve. The issue of banditry and all the health and farmers' clashes and terrorism is just too much in our hands. Let us allow any state to have human-created and artificial violence in the name of winning an election. It will not help us. I do not support any issue of violence. And this is a call to Mr. President to please tell the security agencies to be non-partisan.
Honorable Eba, as we inch towards the 2027 presidential elections, campaigns will start soon. But recently, a coalition of 100 prominent Nigerians under the ages of G100 issued an open letter titled The Doctrine of a Necessary Democratic Opposition. urging opposition leaders to set aside personal ambitions and unite behind a single presidential candidate to challenge the APC in the 2027 general elections. As a member of the opposition party, what do you make of this suggestion? Is it realistic? Would it improve the chances of the opposition wresting power from the APC? Or have we crossed the Rubicon already? Is it too late?
I will subscribe to every issue of coalition of democratic forces that have, unanimous ideas and opinion. And I take, for instance, in Cross River State today, more than 12 political parties are coming together, including the PDP, which I am part of, and I'm a candidate in that election. Has failed. And people across party lines, including members of the APC, are coming up together in what is like a rainbow coalition in the state. And very soon you will follow and see what is going to happen. So, Governor Batsio too, you have been in office for 4 years running, and you have not been able to commission any projects. You have shown a lot of sleeves and squandermania. It is time for you to go. It is being replicated at the national level. I am not in a position to say no, but it depends on what true democratic forces with unanimity of ideas and opinion and principles are coming together. I told you in my last interview, 20-something years ago, I proposed an ideology, a coalition, and a continuation of forces that cannot agglutinate or coagulate. Is tantamount to a painful political discipline that can only be attenuated by the administration of what is called an APC. And an APC used to be established in the 1980s. If you are looking at this kind of position, APC today is presidential at the federal level. It's going to contribute. Will be what is going to be a defining moment of this coalition that is coming together. But in Cross River State, which is a subnational, it is very easy for us because the people have seen for being made by Mr. President at the national level. It is like Basio too and few others that have frustrated the effort of Mr. President. And I think, for instance, they put so much money, which is 6-7 times what the previous administration earned. But today, the reality is that the governors, some of the governors, let me not say all, because I can exempt people like Akwa Ibom governor, Enugu governor, Abia governor, Yobe governor, Borno governor, Ekiti governor. Some of them are doing things that you can be proud of. It's showing. Coalition is coming together and give us result. We will say, thank you, Jesus.
Okay. Honorable, we'll go on a short break. Let's see if we can really work on your audio. We seem to have a little break in communication so that we can hear you loud and clear. We still have more questions to ask, especially looking at the countdown to the Osun elections once again. Plus, we'll also look at INEC as well. But do us a favor. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Just staying with us here, we have the 2027 PDP Deputy Governorship candidate of Cross River State, Honorable Alphonsus, joining us this morning. Thank you once again for staying with us. Right before the break, you were talking about what to expect, especially looking at... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think we lost connection.
Ooh, okay. I just thought... okay.
Yeah, he's back.
All right. All right. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. I was talking about the issue of coalition.
Absolutely.
And the coalition that can agglutinate and coagulate is the best. Like what is about to happen in Cross River State, when the entire people have said Sir Otto James and myself are the most desired at the moment to ask the government of Basio too, who was 12 years ago and has not been able to commission a single project. An amount of money running to trillions of naira has been collected at the federal level and internally generated revenue. And kind of a coalition is being carried out in a state, it is bound to have result. And sometimes I'm holding brief for Mr. President. What Mr. President needs to do he used in removing fuel subsidy and unifying the naira to make sure that the local government autonomy, which he is committed to, and which the Supreme Court has given him a legal instrument, must be enforced. I cannot imagine in the local government of Cross River State, no government chairman can even do a culvert. It is a state government today that is about that is interviewing and saying that they want to do culverts. So what is the role of the local government? In all the humongous amount of money that comes, coalition is critical. I subscribe to coalition, whether at the state level or at the federal level.
All right. Thank you so much. We need to buy our time, and hopefully you would grant us your time once again when we look at the local government autonomy, a conversation we want to have all over again. And by then, we should be having you join us to discuss it. All the best.
Hopefully you join us in our Abuja studio.
I am so willing, and I have missed you guys. I have been on your sister program in the evening, but I think I have missed my handsome and beautiful faces.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We look forward to have you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.